Welcome back, everybody. Living the Dream podcast. I'm your host, Matthew.scoletti, health coach, author, and motivational speaker. And I couldn't be more excited that you're here with me today. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast because I'm going to keep bringing it each and every week with amazing free content to help you level up your life. Today, how to guard your mind. I truly believe, I have a feeling you're going to agree with this, that right now, in this very moment, in this day and age, it is more important and maybe even more difficult to guard your mind. I get this all the time. People in my mastermind that I'm coaching, Matt, how the heck can I guard my mind when I'm being torn 4,000 different directions? I got my phone dinging every 3 seconds. I'm driving down the street and I have the billboards going, look at me, look at me, look at me. I get into the office and I see ads on the walls. I turn on the computer. I understand. That's why it is more important now than any other time in human history to guard your mind. Guard your mind. That is what we're going to be talking about. And I'm just going to start throwing out ideas of how to guard your mind. Let's start with this. I believe the best way to guard your mind, and also the best way to do almost anything, is to own the second you wake up at least 15 to 20 minutes, at least. For those of you that have read my book, it's called The First 15 because I help people to own those 15 minutes. I'm a believer, and I know this because it changed my life. If you own that 15 minutes, that could turn into owning 20 minutes and 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. Before you know it, you had a great day, and it's all because you crushed it in the very beginning of the morning. The other question to ask yourself is this: what do you do after work, if you do work, if you're in the workforce, and before bed? What does your evening look like? If it looks something like this, you get home from work, you crack a beer, you lay on the couch, and you watch an episode of a sitcom. Then hopefully you have dinner either by yourself or with family, etc. And then do you go back onto the couch and lay there for 4 hours until 11 o'clock at night and then go to bed and do it all over again? It is time to analyze and take inventory on your morning and on your evening. Let's figure that out, upgrade that, and that will help you guard your mind and also guard your life from people that try to come in and snag your life with negativity and try to bring you down in bad energy. No more. No, not after this episode of this podcast. I will fully admit, after work and before bed, sometimes this is what I'll do. I love the show Shark Tank. Love the entrepreneurial spirit. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I love the show. I love The Profit. Also on CNBC, great show, business show. However, every now and then, my little guilty pleasure is watching, Vince McMahon's going to like this one, WWE wrestling. My wife and I both love it. We watch it here and there, but not for 7 hours a week. But that is a guilty pleasure of mine. But it's mainly business stuff, mainly things that I can learn and grow from History Channel. Love the History Channel. All that fun stuff. My question to you is this: how do you spend those quote unquote leisure hours? Let me tell you a story. Story is about a friend of mine, more of an acquaintance I met many years ago. And she's probably 15 to 20 years my senior. And we would talk every now and then. We would talk. I would see her here and there in the gym, etc. We talk for a little bit here and there. I found out about her habits because she would tell me her habits were things like reading books. That sounds good, but they were about drama. They were about negativity. They were about just painful stories, that tear jerkers, but not in an inspiring way, in a sad way. And then I found out the TV shows she watched had to do with similar concepts. A lot of times it was divorce on the show, something sad. Somebody comes down with an illness and passes away. Just drama-filled life outside of work. I do not remember what she did for work, but drama-filled life outside of work. The crazy part is, we'll call her Sharon. Sharon's life directly reflected what she consumed, what she put in her mind. She was divorced twice. She had drama swirling around her like crazy, or so she told me, and a lot of tears would flow. And if you asked her, she would say, I'm not very happy. But think about the habits that she had. She surrounded herself with pain, with divorce, with drama, not only on TV, but also reading and with her friends. She surrounded herself with this. And I truly think to this day, I have not talked to her for a while, that she did not notice, since she was in it, what was going on. Very similar to me when I was going through my alcoholic days. I did not know how bad it was until I started journaling about how I felt when I woke up hungover, who I hung out with. And then months later, I read in the journal, oh my goodness, this is the pattern. Our lives have these different patterns in them. And a lot of times when you're in it, you cannot see it. That's why I'm such a huge believer in taking inventory of your life, so then you can see it and even try to get a different perspective if you can. Ask somebody else. They'll help you. Find an honest friend that will tell you legit where they think you're good, where they think you're struggling, and you can change your life, or at least notice the areas you can change in your life very quickly. The point is to guard your mind. Clearly, Sharon was not guarding her mind. All the drama, all the negative news, all the hate, all the pain, that's all that was going into her mind all day, 24/7. Eventually, even if you're the most positive person in the world, you're eventually going to crumble. I played a little game last night. I decided, you know what? I'm going to just throw on a show, regular old show, a show you've probably heard of, maybe, maybe not. And here's what I did. I actually taped it. And then because I was just going to fast forward, I wanted to see the commercials. I wanted to see what advertisements there were. And I wrote down what the advertisements were. I'm sure this will not surprise you, but just think about this. If you're somebody that's watched even 20 minutes of TV a night, think about this. How many ads were there? There were 9, 10, 11, 13. I think it's 13, 9. Yeah, 13 ads. Here's how they broke down. 3 ads were for alcohol. Chalk one up for not healthy. 3 ads were for fast food. Absolutely horribly terrible food that you wouldn't even feed to your dog. You wouldn't even feed to somebody you don't like, and you're feeding it to yourself. 3 ads were for horribly unhealthy snacks. High sugar, high fructose corn syrup, incredibly unhealthy. It pains me just to think about these advertisements. 2 of them were for poison. Yes, I call it poison, pop or soda. We say pop here in Pittsburgh. 2 of them were for poison, pop, and 2 were talking about the news that was coming up. And that's just a whole insane. You ever see one of these teasers, like there's a pickpocket on the loose, find out who's next tonight at 11 o'clock. Just crazy the ways they try to shock us to make you tune in. Don't tune in. Guard your mind. This is all part of guarding your mind. But think about those ads. Every advertisement was for something that will eventually have a negative effect on you. Alcohol, fast food, unhealthy snacks, poison pop in the news. They're all going to have an unhealthy effect on you, and that is what you're being pounded into your head. That's it, and that's marketing. And I understand the business side. I love the business side. I like marketing. I know marketing is important, but you and me, I need to realize when I'm being marketed to and notice what is not good for me, to not give in to that marketing. You must realize that a lot of what you're seeing, especially on the big channels, is trying to market garbage to you. garbage. Oh, and the ones that really make me laugh are the ones where it's a fast food triple cheeseburger sandwich, and then the guy's playing volleyball with a six-pack with gorgeous women. And I'm thinking, I don't think that's what happens when you eat a triple cheeseburger, but hey, what do I know? Maybe it is. I haven't had one in a while. But you must realize, guard your mind. You're smarter than giving in to some of this just horribly good marketing, but terrible marketing for you, your body, and your mind. If you do not realize this, similar to me for a decade, I didn't realize it. I went down a horrible, terrible time of my life for a decade, slowly came down until I hit rock bottom in 2011. Your life will end up in the garbage if you don't realize these messages that are getting marketed to you and realize you are worth not treating your body as a garbage can. You are worth more than that. You can do this. By the way, we're in control. People say, well, the marketing, it's getting me to eat this. No, 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 no. You're deciding what you're eating. We must take ownership. We must take ownership of we're the ones purchasing whatever it is and gobbling it down. The marketing is not physically giving us the food and handing it to us. We're going out there and doing that. We're making the phone call. We're going online to order the food to bring to us. It's on us. You are in control of what you eat, especially here in the United States. In most cities, most areas, there is at least one opportunity for a healthy option. Or you go to the grocery store and get some fruit, get some veggies, get some healthy stuff. The marketing is feeding you and me poison. As you know, sugar, these high sugar drinks, these high sugar snacks, we've already seen studies showing it's poison. Also, we've seen how many studies showing how addicting it is. What's the study recently? It's more addicting than drugs, than cocaine or whatever the drug they use. This is the real deal. Sugar can take you down a really bad path. You must guard your mind. And in turn, when you guard your mind, you guard your body. In turn, when you guard your body, you guard your health, you guard your dreams, you guard your goals, and then you go attack with reckless abandon. You go for it. But it must start with guarding your mind. And in my opinion, it must start with the moment you wake up in the morning. If you wake up, boom, the second you wake up and you're already on the phone, you're getting marketed to. You're seeing some negative things going on. You're seeing the news. You're seeing every horrible thing that happened over the last 8-9 hours. Don't do that. Guard your mind. Your mind is so precious. Please guard it. By the way, I'm talking to myself as well. Am I in any way perfect? Absolutely not. There's mornings I get up and I check my phone and I get mad at myself because I can feel my energy already dropping the second I'm on that phone. Boom. Guard your mind. We can do it. You can do it. Now, what's the challenge? I know you're sitting there going, hey, Matt, what's that challenge? You're going to leave us with a challenge. Let's hear it. The challenge is to guard your mind, as I'm sure you're not surprised. But here's the real challenge. 10 minutes. That's all I'm asking. Let's start small. Guard the first 10 minutes of your morning. That's it. What do I mean by guarding the first 10 minutes? Avoid your phone unless you're using it for meditation, etc. If it's something that's personal growth, by all means, use it. But avoid the phone for the garbage. For 10 minutes, that's all I'm asking. 10 minutes. You want to start with 5 minutes? Start with 5 minutes. Avoid the phone. Avoid turning the TV on. Avoid checking your email. Avoid getting sucked in to everything you will react to and do the opposite. Take action. You might say, Matt, what am I going to do? How am I going to take without my phone and TV? What am I going to do? Here's what you're going to do. Options. You got options. 1, you meditate. 2, you exercise. For 10 minutes, hell yes for 10 minutes. 10 minutes is better than 0 minutes. Number 1, you meditate. You exercise. You read something. You read something that's going to help you grow. Maybe you read a piece of an autobiography. Maybe you read an inspiring story. Whatever you want to do with the reading, but make sure it's something that helps inspire you, helps you grow, helps you think more broad, helps you stay open-minded. If you're into this, you could pray. By the way, if you're not religious, Some people say, well, man, I'm not going to pray. Like I'm not religious. That's okay. But wish somebody well then. Think about somebody and wish them well. That's it. Send some good vibes out there. Another thing you do is give yourself a pep talk. Look yourself in the mirror. This can be hard to do. If you've never done this, look, boom, right at yourself in the mirror and say some good things about yourself. You're going to have a great day today. You can handle what the day brings to you. You will conquer the day. Let's go out there and crush it. Laugh. That's another option. Laugh. Laugh at something. Start the day off with a smile. You could write in a gratitude journal or think about 3 things you're grateful for. Think about 5 things you're grateful for. Look at your smile file. If you've heard me talk about this, the smile file is a folder you put together about positive ways you've impacted people in your life. If you get somebody that sends you a nice Facebook message or an email or in person, they say, wow, you did a great job in that meeting today. Write it down, print it out, keep it, and then read one of these every morning. That's the smile file. Do one of these activities in the morning in that first 10 minutes, or pick 1 or 2 or do a couple of them. That's the challenge. Guard your mind by first guarding the first 5 to 10 minutes of your morning. That's it. That's all I'm asking. Start with 5 minutes. I promise you, once you start doing this for 5 or 10 minutes, it's going to get addicting. You're going to be like, wow, my mind is sharper. I have more energy because I worked out for 10 minutes. And then it snowballs. And then the whole process begins. And this first 5 minutes of your morning could end up being the thing that changes your entire life, that changes your entire health. Maybe it even changes your career, all because you took 5 minutes for you in the morning. Boom. Guard your mind. I love you all. I'm Matt.scoletti. I am out of here. It's great spending time with you as always. Don't forget, subscribe to the podcast because I'm going to keep bringing them to keep helping you out and keep helping myself out as well. For sure. I need the help as well. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon.